think that's it. Every week, that's so loud in my headphones, and every week I completely forget. Hey guys, how you doing? It's me. Hey, hi, it's Tech How you guys doing? A little late. Not my fault. Uh, it's just something completely avoidable happened and I was not paying attention. Happens to the best of us, really. I mean, really. Anyway, how you guys doing? I'm doing better. Better than I was like 5 minutes ago. Alright. They have the thing set up, right? Yeah, cool. I did it yesterday, so sometimes I forget what I had done. We are getting ready for another episode. Really ramping up. Sorry if the other one felt kind of short. This is how that works. But speaking of the last episode, there wasn't a whole lot changed. There's a what I'll call a morning after scene where Shirou tries and fails to get his shit together in the wake of last night's activities. Very, very small, very unimportant. He's still undressed. There was some extra, like, chaff that got cut. That was just Shirou gassing himself up to see Sakura. I assumed they cut it for, like, you don't really need it. We know. It's like some extraneous stuff. And the scene where... that's right. The scene where Shirou asks the writer to say his name is just as embarrassing when being voiced as it is otherwise. It's so... Oh my god, bro. You can't be doing that. Although I will admit, writer's voice actress sounds a lot like Saber's voice actress. Especially in that time. But there was this one really neat thing. It's not anything that got, like, edited or changed around. I think it's really neat, I have it written down here in my my supplementary. I think it's very interesting that Shirou thinks that Sakura doesn't want to fight because she doesn't like fighting, and Sakura really doesn't want to fight because she doesn't want Shirou to get hurt. She really doesn't mind fighting and even has, like, a lot of violent tendencies, I would say. Yeah, it's just she would rather him not put himself in harm's way. Very interesting. Anyway, but that's all out of the way. Let me just shuffle that off to the side, and we can get started. Ah, yes, the Einsburn Forest. The sounds of wind. The wind running through the forest and shaking the trees is something I've heard before. The tremors are growing more intense. We're closing in on the source. It's probably on this other side of that next thicket. The battle to decide the strongest is raging just behind those dense trees. My feet stop. A second before I burst into the open, I skid to a halt and hide myself. Berserker? Tosaka also hides behind a tree and stares at the disaster scene in the clearing. The place is literally a battlefield. There are 3 servants fighting. One is the black giant Berserker. Another is the white skull-masked killer assassin. And the last one... The last one is... Could that be... Oh, it's Tosaka. Could that be... Tosaka's voice is shaking. I can't really hear her. Even though she's right next to me, her whisper doesn't register for some reason. The third servant... I'm seeing the one clad in black armor for the first time, but... No. When? She reminds me of someone I know really well. Black Giant howls. An attack powerful enough to destroy a mountain swings through empty space, smashing down into the ground. Even the flying rubble does not cause her to falter. The source of the raging wind must be that black swordsman, and the black figure makes her way through Berserker's sword, and the flying clods and attacks it at his defenseless body. The anguish is the giant's. His body of steel can nullify almost any attack, but the black swordsman cuts it like nothing. Sword stains the giant's side black, just like darkness consuming light. No, run away, Berserker! You won't be able to come back if it defeats you! You don't have to fight anymore, so hurry! Illya sounds like she's crying. I almost forgot the voice I used for him. It's useless. You cannot run away after being surrounded by them. Maybe if it was 2 against 1, but even the great hero will lose here with 3 against 1. Mato Zoken laughs. The two masters, Illya and Zoken, confront each other while their servants stand in front of them as shields. In front of Zoken is Assassin, who must have been defeated by Berserker. In front of Illya is Berserker, his entire body covered in black. The ground beneath his feet has turned into a black pond. It's not soil, but a bottomless swamp sealing his movements. Not only that, but black veins are coming out of the swamp, restraining the giant's limbs. I know what that is. It has to be the Black Shadow, but for an instant. Oh! It looks like something I know. Deafening crash shocks me back to reality. The situation is hopeless. Berserker's strong. Even though the shadow has nearly engulfed him, he still stands against the swordsman. But he's at his limit. Black Swordsman charges and slashes at Berserker. Even if they are equally strong, Berserker's movement is further restricted with each passing second. Then, balance will only tip further towards the swordsman the longer they fight. The match is decided. I shall leave the rest to you, Assassin. It'll be dangerous for me to remain here. Capture the Ainsburn girl as soon as Berserker is consumed and return to me. His figure grows hazy. He vanishes from the forest, leaving Assassin behind. I'm gonna take a stab at this one. If that thing swallows anything it sees, all the more if it's a clump of magical energy. Make sure the girl of Ainsburn does not get oh. Look, that thing swallows anything it sees. All the more if it's a clump of magical energy. Make sure the girl of Ainsburn does not get swallowed. His presence along with his figure fades away. Zoken has disappeared. The only ones remaining are Assassin and Berserker. And the Black Swordsman raising her sword. No, even you won't die, Berserker, so run away, please! Illya murmurs in an emotionless voice. What did he make of that? The giant advances with a roar. He advances like a storm. Berserker charges, kicking away the black shadow that has swallowed him up to his knees. It's an impossible action. The mud below him isn't the only thing binding him, as the black shadow is coiled all around his body. He can't move forward. Berserker can't even take a step forward with his body bound by the black shadow. For that reason, he tore his body apart, He grabbed his chest and tore off the black shadow with a sound. He tore off the flesh along with the shadow, going deep enough to expose bone. The giant bursts into motion. The force of a whirlwind behind it, the next swing will surely destroy the Black Swordsman. It'll be his last attack. He has ripped his body apart and is executing the attack on the verge of his death. There's no way his attack isn't fatal. And in response, the swordsman meets it with her strong attack. No! Stop, Berserker! Illya starts to run. She dashes frantically towards Berserker, as if she doesn't see the shadow expanding at his feet. Illya! I can't do anything even if I go out now. I have no hope of winning against either the shadow or the swordsman. But still, I have to stop Illya. No, don't go, Illya! I jump up from behind the tree. I grab Illya from behind as she runs toward Berserker. The mad warriors roar, the strong wind, and an explosion that takes even away my vision. They all flow into my numb ears at once. I hold Illya in my arms as the wind knocks me to the ground. White light fills up my vision, and I can't even manage to stand up. No. Standing up never crosses my mind. My body feels hot. Something deep within me resonates with the attack. I don't understand why. This heat is in resonance with the noble phantasm. How? My breathing has been deadened, just like my vision. I can't do anything right now. My body will not function as a human being as long as that sword is engraved in my eyes. Absurd. I'm entranced. My heart is taken away by something I only saw for an instant. That thing is an illusion, far superior to the numerous other noble phantasms. There are many that are crafted more splendidly and with better skill. The beauty of that noble phantasm is not its appearance. No. To describe this sword as beautiful would only dirty it. The sword is not beautiful, but sacred. People's conception, legends weaved only out of hope. It's not a myth, nor is it inhuman work. It is a crystal trained by heart alone, and that's why that sword will reign as the strongest fantasy. My vision returns. The sky is lit with dark red light and is dark like night. The light that splits the forest must have been darkness itself. The fire is burning silently, but the air is still cold. Is it something that freezes oxygen instead of burning it? The darkly lit forest lowers its temperature. Swordsman is standing with the black fire in the background. With Illya still in my arms, I glare at the pointed sword. I don't feel any hostility from the swordsman. I fear my death, and at the same time grit my teeth in vexation. It's different. She's a different person. It's not just her hostility. I don't feel any of the nobility I previously felt from her. Oh, okay. Her helm breaks. Maybe it was Berserker's last attack. Her face is revealed, and although she is completely different, she's still the same. Say her. There's no reply. The now golden eyes do not reveal anything, plainly look down at us. Shirou. Oh, Ilya's voice is trembling. A sword is pointed at her, and Berserker is sinking into the shadow behind Saber. The defeat of her servant, and her impending death. Any young girl would tremble in this situation. Saber. I shake off any unnecessary emotions. I hug Illya harder and put my strength into my free right arm. Now's not the time to be spaced out. I'm going to save Illya. I'm going to save Illya and return to my home. So I can't just cower and wait for my death. Saber swings her sword. She tries to slash at me as I stand up, and at that instant parries 3 arrows shot from her side. Archer? I get to my feet, still holding Illya in one arm. Don't stop. Take Illya and run! The swords clash. Archer shot at Saber and attacked her without pause. But it doesn't do much. Even with his godlike speed, Saber easily repels the twin blades. Archer's acting strangely. Looking, I see the black shadows entangling around his feet. How unsightly, Archer. True heroic spirits cannot oppose the lair of the cursed world. Right now you are no different from the apparitions in this forest. The cool voice is definitely Saber's. She easily smashes the black shadow and... sends Archer flying into the forest behind him. He struck with enough force to throw him back in spite of his defense and the shadow holding his feet. And once again, Saber confronts us silently. Her eyes. They tell me she is resolved to kill me if I do not hand Illya over. Shirou. Illya lets go of my arm. It seems she wants me to hand her over, and the last switch is stripped inside my head. Stay back! Osaka's in the forest. She should be able to do something if you make it there. I push Illya behind me and grip the wooden sword with both hands. I hold it at the ready, right in front of me. I'll drive all my power and magical energy as soon as Saber charges at me. It's all I can do now. I have nothing to say to her. I can't apologize, nor can I tell her to come back. I can't say something like that when she hasn't said anything herself. Saber is in front of me, as an enemy. Then the only way to answer her is to fight with all my might. Take aim. I would even try to take her life at the cost of my own. Saber taught me that such tactics are useless. An attack with the premise of your death is only effective against an opponent as strong as you. Against Saber, I can't hope for something as good as mutual kill. Therefore, I'm only aiming at one spot. Her helmet shattered, so her head must be damaged somewhat. That's where I'm going to strike with all my might. I'll defeat my enemy and live on. Unless I get that clear image in my head, I won't even be a match against Saber. She's coming. Dodge it, dodge it, dodge it, dodge it! I don't care if I look miserable. I don't care if I have to crawl on the ground. Unless I dodge this attack, I can never protect Illya. Oh. I'm dead. I've fought Saber before, so I know this will be fatal. The lightning fast attack comes from the upper left. Slicing through my neck will be as easy as mowing rice. But my head is still attached. Saber's sword stopped just shy of my throat. What happened? She silently sheathes her sword and jumps away. Could that be her reason? Black pond expands in the ground. A shadow is about to crawl out of there. Oh, I'm sure of it. That's the thing I saw in the park the other night. An unknown thing that's just like a cluster of curse. My duty is complete. I shall leave the rest to you. I appreciate it. This is an easy job. I can make up for losing against the Majnun? I wonder what that means. Saber walks over to the black mud. And she sinks into the mud, just like Berserker did. I watch her until she completely disappears. I don't care why she's still in this world, or why she's my enemy now. Now that we're enemies, All we can do is fight. That's the nature of this war. Still, think for a second. She wouldn't have been stained black like that if I had been stronger. Miyakun! Tasaka's voice brings me back to myself. In front of me are the approaching Black Shadow and Assassin, whose white mask is distorted with a smile. Let's run away, Illya. I take Ilya's hand and start running. Illya takes one sad glance at the mud that swallowed Berserker, then keeps back her tears as she's running. We run through the forest. In front of me is Tosaka, leading the way. Behind us is Assassin, pursuing us through the trees. Behind you, Emi-kun! She must be worried about us. Even though she could have escaped by now, she slows down and turns to look at us. I know the enemy is right behind us. I can't shake him off. Servant Assassin is after us. There's no way I can shake him off when I have Illya with me. I'm gonna take a stab at this one. That's far enough. There's no need for you. What? I hear an ominous voice right behind my ear. When I look to my side... Oh! I was wrong. There's no need for you. I see White Death's head, smiling, as he licks the dagger. Yeah. The masked figure is knocked away. While running beside me, Assassin was thrown off guard by a kick to the side. Huh. So you can't even kill a kid unless you attack him by surprise? You third-rate. Archer does not slacken his pace as he talks. I'll take the rear. You take Illya and run. Hurry. We'll all die if that thing catches up to us. Archer's looking at Assassin and something else that is coming from behind him. It's after us. The shadows coming after us while staining the ground black. Archer? We can talk later. Run, kid. You took Illya's hand so protect her until the very end. Archer slows down a bit and goes behind us. At that instant, right before he leaves, he gives Illya a look heavy with regret. I go through the forest with the sound of clashing swords at my back. As the assassin follows, he's obstructed by Archer's efforts. Unable to sustain the offensive, Assassin is once again forced to retreat. Their attacks are matched. Even the daggers thrown at me are shot down, and it's obvious that Assassin is not in control of the fight. But that's not because Assassin is weak. Archer repels the multitude of daggers. His vigor is incomparable to before. The scales of victory are tipping towards Archer. I don't know why, but he's as strong as a fierce god right now. How can you still move? Even with his strongest attack repelled, Assassin raises his voice as he retreats. In response... It's simple. I'm not a respectable hero like the others. A heroic spirit that's not pure is no different from that mud. In other words... Archer must consider it his chance of victory as Archer charges. Although it's not to your degree, I'm a distorted heroic spirit as well! He cuts the white skull with one blow. The black cloak scatters in all directions. Assassin retreats, clutching at stitching at his broken mask. It's not a retreat to regroup, but a retreat to save his life. The black servant runs away from Archer and disappears into the trees. Nice job! We don't have to worry about getting overtaken now. Thanks for the hard work, Archer. You're tired, right? You can return to spirit form and rest. Kosaka looks relieved. Rin! Behind her. Oh shit. No! It appears as if born from the tree's shadows. Huh? What? She looks behind her. At the same time, the black shadow extends its tentacle and... Kosaka! I won't make it even if I run. I'll witness Tosaka getting pierced by that black tentacle. But the one I actually see impaled is Archer, who pushes Tosaka aside. Huh? Tosaka looks up at Archer without comprehension. It's the end for Archer. He's still breathing, and he's not really bleeding much. It should be possible for him to heal himself even if he is pierced, as long as it's not fatal. But somehow I understand that Archer can't fight anymore. That thing kills servants. No matter how strong a heroic spirit one is, one cannot beat the Black Shadow as long as one summoned as a servant. I vaguely comprehend that fact for some reason. No way. What are you doing, Archer? Tosaka must have felt the same thing. She calls to Archer with a trembling voice, stands up unsteadily, and... Don't come. Oh, wait, no. Don't come. Run away, you fool! Archer shouts, stops her cold. The Black Shadow throbs. The forest is dying. All the magical energy here is being sucked by that shadow. For some stupid reason, it reminds me of a water balloon. It's like putting more water into an already full balloon. It's expanding beyond capacity, and I get a bad image of it explode. Crap. We'll get sucked up. If we stay here, we'll be engulfed for sure. Archer pulls out the tentacle that pierced him and starts to run to Tosaka. Then well... Archer's covering Tosaka, I might as well get Illya. I'll protect Illya. Can't try and save two people. Tosaka has Archer, but Illya doesn't have anybody. Then I have to take Berserker's place. Down, Illya! I tackle Illya, forcing her to the ground. At that instant, I cover her body with my own. My vision and perception is filled with black. Oh. My body was almost blown away. The condensed and released wave of magical energy rages through this forest as a storm. It's not there. My vision is painted black. If it's this dark even though I can barely see, a black sun must have come falling down. My body is not there. Probably melted from the heat. My body's not there. The loss of my sense of touch is more disgusting than the pain. That's a problem. I can't protect Illya unless I have a body. The Black Shadow tries to take Illya. I flail my right arm to drive it off. Embracing her with that same arm, I press her to the ground. Then I finally realize the body's there. My body must be there, or else I couldn't have protected Illya. Man, panicked way too much. All I lost was my left arm. It's the only part of me that vanished without a trace. The rest of my body's still there. But I still have the sense of loss. I only lost one of the two. It feels like I lost my whole body. It's disappearing. The shadow fades away without a trace, its energy spent. Illya's safe. My ears must be numb as I can't hear what she's saying. What happened to Tosaka? Archer is there. His red cloak is painted a deeper red, and he's so weakened that he might disappear in the next second. How strange. Why is she here? Have you gone mad? Sorry, wait, hold on. Have you gone mad? If you do such a thing, you will... I don't even need to think about it. You two will disappear if I do nothing. Oh, wait, no. We'll swap those voices in your minds. I don't even need to think Think about it. You two will disappear if I do nothing. But one can be saved if we transplant it. The body's almost dead anyway. If I'm to disappear, it'll not make much a difference if it... Oh, wait, no. I can't tell, man. No, I see it now, okay. If you're gone now, if you'll do such a thing, you'll... I don't even need to think about it. Two will disappear if I do nothing. But one can be saved if we transplant it. This body's almost dead anyway. If I'm to disappear, it won't make much a difference even if my arm is cut off. Archer and Ryder are talking. What the hell's going on? And in the end... Oh, there we go, okay. One would normally die. One cannot survive after attaching a spirit body to the human body. That boy and Aryan are exception. Rin should treat him appropriately once she wakes up. He tentatively runs his fingers through Tosaka's hair. My vision fades to black. The dark sun no longer shines on the forest. Then, the darkness must be falling on my consciousness. That's it. Farewell, Tosaka. Archer bids farewell in a voice that sounds just like mine. Interlude 10-3. The shadow wavers. The Red Knight is covered in blood, and Tosaka Rin is sitting on the ground, dumbfounded. About 5 meters away from them stand the silver-haired girl and Shirou, hand in hand. The shadow wavers. After shrinking like a dead tree, the shadow expands like a blowfish. No. Its poisonous nature is like an uglier deep-sea fish. The expansion continues without limit, swelling outward and dyeing the forest black. At that instant, the Red Knight dies, protecting Tosaka Rin, and Shirou survives, by pure luck. It is fortunate that the ground is uneven. The expanding shadow passes over Shirou, who's in a hollow pit. But his left arm is above its rim, unable to share in that fortune. Yeah, I guess that's how that happened. She wakes up. It's been half a day since she sent Ryder to guard Shirou. Mato Sakura, who shared vision with her servant to follow the situation without her ever leaving the house, is brought back to reality with that scene. She feels like vomiting. Her vision is blurred as if she had lost it because she cut the shared vision off by force. Her body is sweating, and as soon as she breathes... what's in her stomach rises up to her throat. That's what I thought that was. She runs to the dressing room. She's covering her mouth with her hands, and as soon as she gets to the sink... I'm not gonna make vomiting noises for y'all. She vomits out everything in her stomach. Oh. She stands there with her head down, shoulders heaving. Her long hair flutters like a curtain, hiding her face from the mirror. No way. Senpai's arm. She recalls the nightmare. There's no mistake about the vision. Shirou's left arm was swallowed by the shadow while protecting the silver-haired girl. It melted away without a trace from the shoulder down. What? Sakura masochistically yells at herself for considering such a thing. She feels a chill and a strange uplift, not able to think about what happened and what she should do. All she knows is that she hates herself. She previously got the idea that if Shirou were injured to a point where he wouldn't be able to battle or to go outside, he wouldn't be in danger anymore. No, that was all wrong. Yes, she was wrong. It won't solve anything. Was it simply carelessness that made her wish for him to be hurt? Now that he's been wounded, regardless of her wishes, not a wound that'll keep him indoors, but one that threatens his very life. There's no difference between the two. That's what it means to be injured. Why did she think that a misfortune to lose part of one's body is a good thing? I think she's about to throw up again. The nausea does not go away. She does not stop vomiting even after throwing up everything. Gastric juice and blood. She thinks that the sharp pain in her stomach and the scratch on her throat is like the punishment to condemn her. And after a while, her nausea finally goes away when the gastric juice runs out, and she regains her composure. She breathes heavily. That's going to damage the pipes, I feel like. Her shoulders are moving up and down painfully. She puts her hands on the sink and tries to calm down, as if she's just finished running a marathon. But Senpai can't fight anymore. In a trance, she speaks her true feelings. A short murmur. Still breathing heavily, she raises her head. The figure in the mirror is crushed by a feeling of guilt. The apologetic expression is caused by her worry for Emiya Shirou's well-being. She truly wishes for... The mirror reflects a face with a crooked smile. Interlude out. It's hot. I'm trapped in a sultry stone room. What do they think the term sultry means, I wonder? The heat radiating from my shoulders like a plague of microscopic bugs eating my cells. My shoulder, the place where my arm used to be, is covered with honey, and ants are swarming on it, so it looks like a carpet. It's hot. My body is burning from within. This isn't like a sultry stone room, but more like a sealed frying pan. I hear the sound of something burning, and I realize that I've been scorched black. It's hot. The heat melts my mind, leaving my body untouched. Slowly and fiercely, it burns through my genes as if to overwrite them. Is this nightmare finally coming to an end? It's hot. The hole is sealed so that the ants cannot escape. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. You get it. It's very, very hot. A hole is in my shoulder. I don't know why, but my missing left arm became a gateway, allowing the ants to flood into my body. And the entrance, the hole to let them out, is sealed with flesh that is not mine. It's changing. It's changing to something I don't know. It's coming in. Knowledge I shouldn't have is flowing into me. It's his battle experience and information. This is his noble phantasm. It's not the pair of swords, Kancho and Bakia. Favoring the treasured swords made by an ancient blacksmith, he himself was a blacksmith heroic spirit. That's why he creates. He duplicates everything he sees and understands. No. It's not a duplication, but projection. A unique magic that reproduces the real thing using an image in the caster's mind. And the heat burning my mind tells me to manage this skill. Ooh. Don't kid me. That's impossible. Of won't fit. I don't know about protection. It's not that I'm not at that level yet. Cutting corners like this will destroy my body. First of all, I have my hands full of myself. I can't memorize or use someone else's ability. I don't have the need to power to begin with. I'm a stranger to no connection. There's no way I'll become familiar with my body. No way I'll be able to bear it, even if it becomes familiar with my body. You can't put me in out of. You can't put time out of order or destroy the regularity. Even if you help me, I don't have the skills to handle it. My consciousness slowly returns. I'm sleeping in an unfamiliar bed in an unknown room. Well, I raise my body. I think I met Saber at the forest? Ran away with Tosaka and Illya. Our eyes meet. Illya is beside the bed, staring at me in blank amazement. I see. So you're alright. I sigh with relief. I don't get the situation, but I'm glad Illya's alright. Oh, good. You're awake, Shirou. Uh, wait, Illya. Illya charges at me. Whoa. I'm glad. I'm so glad, Shirou. Hugging me, she buries her face in my chest and repeats herself over and over. Man, I don't get what's going on, but I can't do anything if she's crying like this. Does your wound hurt? I'll make him put on another one if you think it's slightly strange. Uh, it doesn't hurt anywhere. More importantly, can you explain what happened to me after As I speak. I feel a long knife is thrust into me. Unable to bear the pain, I tear at my chest with my right hand. Shirou, calm down. Don't try to bear it, but try to repress your left arm. Oh, left arm? I don't quite get it. I don't, but I want to escape this pain as quickly as possible. Repress it. I relax my mind. Once I start meditating, I quickly understand which part of me is abnormal. I can control it more or less if I know the origin of the pain. I just need to create a barrier so that the foreign substance can't enter my body. I'm fine now, Illya. Yeah, I can tell. I wondered what had happened, but they don't seem to reject each other at the very least. Uh, Seems like Illya knows what's causing the pain. Hmm? I look at myself and noticing that I'm wearing big hospital clothes. Um, these feel more like restraints, actually. All I can move is my right arm. Everything else is firmly belted down. I can't really take them off myself. So what are these? Why am I wearing something like this, Illya? Um, it's... Illya looks away awkwardly. I shall explain the rest, Emiya Shirou. Then, the person I really don't want to see appears. She has recovered as well. All I need to do here is to explain the situation. So leave if you have no business. Yeah, right. I'm gonna, I'm gonna leave with Shirou. There isn't a problem if I'm here. There isn't a problem even if I'm here if you're not doing anything, right? I see. There's certainly no problem. But I would like to keep the explanation short. If you will not interrupt, go sit in the corner quietly. Alright, I guess I'll do so. Illya passes Kodomine and walks to the wall. Well, I shall answer your question before I explain the situation. Do not be too surprised, Emiya, Shirou. Kodomine reaches out. He unbuckles the belts and removes the coverings. What? The arm there is not Emiya Shirou's arm. I can tell even through the wrapped cloth. My left arm is not part of my body. It is a foreign substance that should not be there, attached by opposing the natural providence. Kodamine, this is... It is Archer's left arm. In accordance with Archer's wish, I have transplanted it from his corpse. Archer's wish? Wait, did you say corpse? He disappeared after the transplant was completed. He was almost dead when he was carried here, but surprisingly he endured until the operation ended. It must be because of his capacity for independent action. Archer has been eliminated. And the remaining servants are Zoken's assassin, Sakura's rider, and... No. I don't think I can call her a servant anymore. Hold on. Archer disappeared, right? Then isn't it weird that his arm's still here? His left arm would have disappeared too if he had disappeared before the transplant was completed. But that has been cut and planted to your body while Archer was still in this world. It is a part of your heroic spirit that has been connected to your magic circuit, and it stays in this world using your magical energy. It has become a part of your body after the transplant was completed. The left arm will remain even if Archer disappears after that. That left arm is already yours now. Then, this really is his arm? Yes, you too would have died in your conditions. Archer lost the core that anchored him to this world, while you lost your arm in a mortal wound. Fortunately, Archer did not have many physical wounds, so he saved your life by offering you his body. The left arm that melted. Hate that violated my mind, and this left arm that is not mine. Everything tells me that the event in the forest really did happen. I fell in that forest, and I was saved by Archer after that. But is it even possible to transplant a servant's body onto a human's? It's possible to just connect them. Spiritual doctors are said to heal the soul and not the body. I guess the priest here is the real thing, in contrast to his looks. I accept your compliment, but this is nothing to celebrate. Joining two separate spiritual bodies is forbidden magic. It cannot succeed. Spiritual bodies, resurrection, and restoration of souls are divine mysteries that cannot be handled with magic. That is why I thought I only succeeded in shape, and expected him to die out of shock, but... Shirou and Archer are his special case. I found out earlier that he would pull through if the connection was made. Illya looks away and lets her eyes wander sadly. Maybe that was him, I don't know. Oh, well, I do not know why. All I know is that you two were suited for each other. I was surprised when I started the operation. Even twin brothers would not look this alike. Flex my arm to test his words. I don't feel anything. I don't even feel pain. It's like a lump of dead meat. It doesn't move no matter what I do. It's just a hand numbed by loss of circulation. The sensation of a part of my body not moving brings mental fear rather than physical pain. The left arm is just a piece of metal. One might feel constricted like this if one became a Tin Man. Well, it doesn't move at all. Was the operation really successful? Oh, you know what? Hold on. It doesn't move at all. Was the operation really successful? Do not wish for such an excessive thing. That is all it can do right after connecting it. It shall familiarize with your body in a few days. I told you earlier, but you two were compatible. At this rate, it should heal well enough to give you no trouble in leaving an ordinary life. But be warned, I am only saying that the magic circuits are compatible. No matter how suited you may be to his arm, this arm is the arm of a heroic spirit, something a human cannot handle. No, it is more like a weapon than an arm. It is powerful, but it will swallow you if you use it. Does that mean I'll self-destruct? Of course. If a human like you uses the arm of a heroic spirit, your body will be consumed by Archer's arm. No, the term blown away is more accurate. Your body is spiritually far inferior to Archer's arm. Archer's magic circuit will be activated if you use that arm even once. At that time, your body will be unable to withstand Archer's magic, and it'll break down. Look, it is not that your lifespan is shortened with each use. The time bomb in you will be turned on once you use it. What is that? In short, it means I'll certainly die if I try to do what Archer does even once. Then this cloth is for that reason? Yes, it is a seal. The magic circuit in your left arm will not be activated as long as you keep it on. Your arm is treated as a different object even if you use magic. But do not let your guard down. Magical energy flows through your body, even if you do not use any magic. Pain will assail your arm as it reacts and tries to activate. Your left arm is covered with a shroud of marten to prevent that. It should be able to suppress the infringement from your left arm to a certain extent, as long as you keep it on. Oh, shit. Hold on. To a certain extent, that means it cannot completely suppress your arm. Yes. You will be consumed by Archer's arm whether you use it or not. If you want to live to old age, become a great enough mage to match the arm. You should then be able to seal your arm without the shroud. I estimate it'll be about 10 years before the arm consumes you. You have that much time. You can become a master mage and control your arm, or you can fail and be consumed. Not an imminent threat. It feels like I was remodeled without my knowing. But it's no use complaining. I would have died in that forest. Transplanting Archer's arm is the only way to save my life, so complaining would mean I don't want to live. I understand. Let me thank you. You did another favor for me. Could you please pray that it doesn't happen a fourth time? I suppose I do not need to worry if you can talk like that. Then go outside. Rin is waiting for you in the chapel. Futamini heads to the door. I get off the bed and put on the prepared jacket. I can't move my left hand, so I just drape it over my shoulder. Okay, won't hurt if I keep my guard up. Let's go, Illya.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
I exit and find myself in the courtyard. The sky is dark, and it's already nighttime. I forgot to tell you, but you can easily take off that shroud. The choice is always yours. You are free to use Archer's power, but your survival will not be guaranteed. Do your best with that in mind. Tosaka glares at me as soon as I enter the chapel. I don't know what I did to deserve it, but I'm relieved to know she's alright. Well, everyone is treated now. Archer's arm has been transplanted to Emiya Shirou, and rinse poison is purified. Is there anything else you require of me?
Of course not. You might claim our lives as collateral if you do us any more favors.
I see. Then we shall be parting here. But let me ask, as the supervisor, what are you going to do now, Rin? The Holy Grail War is a failure now. The outcome is practically described already, and most of the remaining masters do not have servants. Tosaka shuts her mouth. The match is pretty much decided, just like Kodamine said. The only masters with servants are Zoken and Sakura. Ordinarily, the last two standing would fight, but Sakura can't oppose Zoken. Looking at it that way, it's already over. Mato Zoken will either recapture Mato Sakura or kill her. It'll be difficult to stop him, and you are under no obligation to do so. There is no benefit to kill Zoken.
Oh? Is that because masters without the servants can't obtain the Holy Grail?
Right. That is why there is no reason to fight. Any more battle is meaningless. You would be wise to stay in your mansion and wait until this war is over.
Thanks for the warning, but I'm not going to forfeit.
I'm surprised. So you cannot give up the Holy Grail.
Of course not. I'm still the master. Even if I lost my servant, don't assume I'm going to forfeit just because I'm alone now.
Oh, I see. You are certainly right. There is one other who shamelessly stayed on the battlefield after losing his servant, so you cannot give up easily.
Shirou has nothing to do with this. This is my decision. I haven't given up yet, and I don't intend to let Zoken win. Neither of those will save her.
Tosaka. I open my eyes wide and look at Tosaka.
Why do you look so happy? I didn't copy you, okay? I'm not giving up because I still think I have a chance of winning. I'm not like you, staying in it even when I don't have a chance.
Yeah, I thought so. That's just what I expected from you, Tosaka.
That's annoying in a way too, but it's fine if you understand.
She looks away. Tosaka doesn't want to give the Holy Grail to Zoken, not because of her sense of justice. Sakura cannot be saved if Zoken wins. If we want to save Sakura, Sakura has to obtain the Holy Grail. Or someone else who wants to save her has to claim it. That's why Tosaka said she or Sakura has to win. That's the only reason she's fighting against Mato Zoken. Tosaka cannot obtain the Holy Grail anymore, but it's still wanting to save Sakura, her younger sister. So what about you, Emiya Shirou? Will you not give up the Holy Grail, just like Rin? No, I won't stop fighting. I have my goals too. I won't let Zoken do as he wishes. I see. I shall not stop you if you want to fight. There is a hopeless difference in your powers. But Mato Zoken is a weak person. I'm sure you could devise some plan. We look at each other silently. Some plan, huh? I can't figure one up by myself, but with Tosaka, we might just figure out how to beat the old man. Our conversation ends. The treatment is over, so Kodamine requests that we leave, as we are not asking for protection here. I'm leaving if you don't tell me to. But hey, do you have a place to go, Illya?
I still have my castle, and Stella and Liz will come if I call to them, so I still have a place to go back to. Why are you asking?
Well, it's dangerous to be by yourself, right? I want you to stay at my place if you don't mind. I think it's more convenient, too.
I don't mind, but I have to refuse. That woman is at your place. Then Ilya answers me in a weird way. I stare at Tosaka because I don't really understand what she means by I don't mind, but I won't go. Oh, she looks like she doesn't want to interfere. Shit. Oh, so you chose Mato Sakura, Shirou. Kotomine? I do not mind taking care of Ilyasville. Even if she goes back to her castle, Mato Zoken will only kidnap her. I refuse. I'm taking Illya. I don't know who's saying this. No way, I'm borrowing Illya. I'm sorry, but I can choose where I want to go. That is unfortunate. Oh, that is unfortunate. So Ilyasville is to stay at the Tosaka household. Don't say such a stupid thing. The master of Pinesburn wants to go to Tosaka's house. Okay, then where are you going to go? You'll have to go back to your castle if you don't want to stay at the church. Oh. Okay, then where are you gonna go? You have to go back to your castle if you don't want to stay at the church, my house, or Shirou's place. I know. That place is my workshop, so I won't go with the care of another master. I'm going to do things even myself, even without Berserker. I thought so. You almost killed Shirou once, but he came and saved you in spite of that. But you don't feel any appreciation, you're going back to your castle, huh? Did you hear that, Emiya-kun? After all you've done for her, she still hates you. She says she doesn't want to stay in that tiny house of yours. What are you saying, Rin? I never said anything like that. You are saying it. You're not going to Emiya-kun's place because he's unreliable, right? You're saying you're going back to your castle where you can feel safe. That's true, but I'm going back to my castle because I have to get away from Shirou. Huh? Oh, I see. So him being unreliable doesn't matter because you hate him, huh? Well, why did you say that in the first place? Osaka calmly criticizes Illya. Oh. This is bad. Just as I'm worrying that this will turn bloody. But that's not true. I never said I don't want Shirou. It's something else that I don't like. Hear that? You're really popular, Emiya-kun. Tosaka smiles gently. And Illya glares with all her vexation. So whose house is Illya going to? Ours, pal. In the end, Illya will be coming to my house. Tosaka and Illya leave the chapel arguing. I guess I can say they're getting along. I'm gonna wait around a little bit just in case fucking Christy here wants to fucking rant at me again. Our conversation is over. It's our problem now, so there's nothing to talk about with Kotomine. I follow them and leave the chapel. But then... Do not forget, Emiya Shirou. That body of yours will no longer permit you to fight. The priest gives his usual warning. That's not true. It's just that I can't use my left arm. I can still fight. I see. By the way, how is Mato Sakura's condition? Sakura's condition? That's a bit unexpected. I thought he was going to make more sarcastic remarks, so why is he suddenly concerned about how Sakura's doing? What's going on? What good would it do for you to care about Sakura? It seems you do not understand. I'm talking about your body. How is this shorter than that last one in size, but I'm contemplating doing a 3-parter. Because I'm getting a little sleepy, gang. So we might end this after the church. Look, Emiya Shirou, your body's in critical condition.
But Mato Sakura is carrying a more dangerous bomb. You will be safe if you do not fight, but she is breaking down with each passing second. That is why you cannot stop fighting, even though you know fighting will only bring you closer to death. Emiya Shirou has to fight if you are to save Mato Sakura. Now, fighting is like committing suicide for you. Therefore, you must understand that Mato Sakura means killing yourself. So what? That doesn't concern you at all. I chose to save Sakura. I won't back out on my oath, no matter what happens to my body. I see. A devotion to offer your life is beautiful. But is that woman truly so valuable to you? What? This is your last warning, Emiya Shirou. To save a life is to satisfy one's desire. If you would like to keep Mato Sakura alive, do not forget this until the very end. Okay. I go outside. Tosaka and Illya are waiting for me there. Illya's looking up at the sky, and Tosaka's glaring at me like she wants to complain.
You're late. What are you talking about with Kyrie about, Shirou?
Oh, I mean, it's just usual criticism. More importantly, there's something that's on my mind, but I don't know if I should bring it up. Tosaka, are you calling me by my first name now?
Fine. We're short on time, so I'll get right to the point. It's a serious matter, and we don't have much of a chance of winning if we go our separate ways. I'll forgive you for what you did yesterday, so you'd better be grateful.
Her manner is pompous, but her words are even more so. It's a little hard to understand, but what Tosaka wants to say is... Tosaka, does that mean...
Yes, I'm saying that we can cooperate. First of all, you're unreliable. We're both out to defeat Zoken, so I can cooperate with you.
Tosaka continued angrily. It feels like I'm hitting the head with a hammer. A sudden request is a great fortune. Thank you. I owe you, Tosaka. There's no greater help than having you on my side. I take Tosaka's hand and shake it up and down. This is troubling. I know I'm being too happy, but I can't stop myself.
Hey, I understand. You don't have to thank me, so hold on.
Tosaka retreats quickly. Then... I don't know why, but she looks firmly at my left arm.
Let me ask you beforehand. You do know whose arm that is, right?
I nod, since it's a matter of course. Tosaka then takes a deep breath.
Then you're my servant from now on, Shirou. You were saved thanks to my servant, so it's natural, right?
It makes a ridiculous demand.
What?
What? I'm really lost. I try to figure out what Tosaka means.
What are you saying? It's stupid to claim his ownership just because of something like that.
Yeah, Illya can be reasonable too.
First of all, you're completely missing the point. Shirou is mine. There's no way he can be yours.
I see, so she's missing the point too.
Hey, you're the one talking big. Do you think Shirou is yours because you spared him once? And that goes for me as well. I was so angry when I met him at school that I almost went berserk myself. That's just because you're immature. I spared him every day, so Shirou's life is obviously mine. I can choose to keep him alive or not, and you have nothing to do with this, so stay out of this. I have nothing to do with this? Don't take me so lightly. I can't concern myself this much if I have nothing to do with this. Archer entrusted me with him, so I'm going to take responsibility and make sure he stays alive.
I can almost hear their teeth grinding as they glower at each other. I'm waiting for it to end. Well, it's going to be troublesome no matter who wins.
So which one is it?
Which one is... Yeah. It seems like they realized that fighting solves nothing, so they've chosen to make me the final... chosen me to make the final decision. What do you mean by which?
Whose servant are you? I haven't heard your answer yet, so it's best to clarify now. Yeah, Rin doesn't seem to realize that you don't want her, so you have to be clear. Come on, say it. You're mine, right?
I don't need to think about it. The one who has the right to order me around is fucking neither of these two. But I get if it were anybody, it would probably be Tozaka. Yeah, it's Tozaka. I don't even really have to think about it.
Why? Rin's oppressive, greedy, and loud like a minor bird? Do you still like her more?
No, it's not like that. This is about whether I'm going to obey Tosaka, right? Then I'm going to obey her. I can't stop Zoken by myself, and Archer saved my life.
That's because Archer is your...
I'll give her the right to command me. See, that's just like being a servant. Tosaka, if that's what you want, it won't bother me at all. I confirm with Tosaka. Tosaka, hey, won't you ask someone a question and then ignore... Don't ask someone a question and then ignore the answer.
Yeah, I'm glad you understand. My Archer put his trust in you, so we're working together now. But he gave everything for you, so work hard and return the favor.
Of course. I have to return what I borrowed. That's right. No matter how things ended up this way, my left arm has been replaced by Archer's. But Archer disappeared without fulfilling his contract with Tosaka. It's only right that I succeed the promises he made. Alright, that'll be it. That's that. I really don't want to keep, like, chopping this up into little bits, especially since I feel like the next one... Well, hold on. Hey guys, did you know that Heaven's Feel is the longest route of all of them? Shit. I'm looking at the, there's a little timeline thing here that I'm looking at. And... this is... Shit, man. This is... What is left of this one day is longer than the Fate route day immediately next to it. Oy, okay. I think I already saved, yeah. That's it for tonight, guys. Boy, there's so much going on. So much has gone on in the last 2 days. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll try to be a little bit more consistent about uploading the VODs to the YouTube. But no promises. But until I see you guys next time, make sure you take care of yourselves, okay? And I don't know, settle up on your debts, emotional and otherwise. Not good to leave stuff just lying around. But yeah, take care, guys, and I'll see you next time. Later.